Welcome to Good Times with Alex and Ryan Express. Here to brighten up your day all day. You want this. You want Express here right now. Only 10 minutes. 10 minutes of your time. Listen to the whole thing. You're going to love us. Check us out. Subscribe, hit that notification button, do whatever you need to do, but you're going to have a good time right now, ready to brighten up your day. Alex.
What's up? Choo choo, baby. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Wake up from your snoozies. It's time to get your day going with the two podcast legends.
Chris Farley.
Time to wake your ass up and get the sleep out of your eyes. Rise and shine, babies. It's good times time.
Woo! All right. So, Alex, I hear we got some headlines.
We're going to hit them with two headlines before they get ready for work or on their way to work. But regardless, they're getting some headlines. 10 minutes, right. Start the clock.
Starting. Yeah. Oh.
Just pretend like you start the clock, right?
No, I'm starting a real clock, okay, guys?
Oh, my gosh.
Hold on, let me get a... No, just keep them excited, Alex. I gotta find this timer button over on my phone.
Ryan, forget the timer. Just turn the freaking sands of time over.
All right, here we go.
All right, a Nebraska man recently set a world record. He made 60 bare naked skydiving jumps in a 24-hour span. The Nebraska man set the new world record by completing 60 fully naked skydiving jumps in 24 hours. It's quite the record,
okay.
Ryan.
Wait a minute. Don't mean to fact check you on this one, too.
What? You got 10 minutes. You don't have much time.
So if he was totally naked,
yeah,
how could he have a parachute?
He's totally naked except for what he needs to skydive with. So he's still got the parachute on and the straps and everything. His altimeter, I'm sure.
Doesn't count.
Okay, so you want him to jump out of the airplane completely naked with nothing and just glide to safety 60 times?
Yes. Okay. Actually, that is possible. I saw a video where a guy did that. He jumped out of the plane and jumped onto like a thing that caught him, like a big net. So he needs to jump on something like that big net 60 sometimes, because that way he would be truly naked.
Well, okay, so like just accepting the fact that he does have his parachute on and his goggles on, the first thing I thought of when I envisioned this guy jumping out of the plane, so he's got goggles on, he's got his parachute on, he's got his little, don't skydivers wear, do they have hats on that like keep them, like do they have little caps or something, like what
special skydiver caps, like
I know they wear goggles,
caps or something?
They wear goggles, right? And they have parachutes. So he's completely naked. Does his penis also have little skydiving goggles on his penis? Does it have a little parachute on there too, or what?
In the world,
what
would he need skydiving stuff on his lower abdomen?
Because if it's big enough, it could be a tandem jump, right?
No.
All right, you ready, little buddy? Let's go. Whee! You feel that wind in your face? Now you feel alive, baby. Woo! That's a tandem skydive right there. That's a true tandem skydive. You and what God gave you, flapping in the wind in your face, wind in your hair, wind in both your hair, actually. unless you shave, Ryan.
Wow. Okay.
Would it count as a tandem skydive though if he had his own little? Like if you had a little altimeter strapped to his penis?
No, it would not.
Oh, okay. I'll just check in. I don't know how it works. With that much wind whipping against his manhood, though, guaranteed he has an erection by the time he hits the ground. There's no way that much wind is disrupting his
Well, I think
I
think it's also mental. He's probably trying to survive too. So maybe his mind is on other things.
No, I think he's fine, Ryan. If he's jumping out 60 times in one day, I think he's got this on lock, Ryan. It's like when when we were little kids, the carnival came to Coos Bay, and I went on the Gravitron.
Let me correct, Myrtle Point.
No, that's the fair. I'm talking about the carnival. The carnival came.
Oh yeah. Actually, oh man.
So once you take your fact check and shove it straight up your ass, right? I went to the carnival. And we
over
rode
the one over at Pony Village.
it was the one in Coos Bay. It was the one behind the Egyptian. They used to clear out the parking lot back there, and they'd have a carnival back there. And they had the Gravitron, which was the one that like there's zero G's, so it sticks you against the wall. And the guy who's like running the machine is actually just standing there because it's not moving around him or whatever. But anyway, I had so much fun riding the Gravitron. I rode it like 8 times on Saturday night, and then I begged my dad to take me to ride the Gravitron again on Sunday. And I rode it 1 time on Sunday and puked. So it's like,
that's horrible. Did it ever? Was it like the Sandlot where it just comes out?
No, I puked as soon as I got off the Gravitron. I didn't puke in it. If I puked on it, the puke would have went straight back into my face. But I remember being like, wow, I rode that thing like 8 times on Saturday night. Totally fine. Cotton candy, hot dogs, whatever. Next day, ride it once, puke my guts out as soon as I get off.
Alex, were you trying to do the big chew?
No, I didn't do the big chew until I started hanging out with Ryan Gall, not Ryan Sprague later on. And that was another, we talked about in the episode for this week about how you have to practice, really commit to smoking cigarettes. Well, chewing is exactly the same, because the first time I ever chewed tobacco, I puked my guts out. And then I tried it again and it got easier and easier. And then I got addicted to it. And I actually quit chewing tobacco, Ryan, because I swallowed it by accident one night when I was drinking, and I ended up vomiting, and I related the vomiting of the tobacco with the taste and never chewed again. So it was the best thing that ever happened to me. But
wow.
Yeah, you have to commit to being addicted to tobacco. I remember having to chew like 5 or 6 times before I didn't get sick.
Wow. I remember people in high school would bring in these cups that they supposedly would be drinking from the straw.
Yeah.
But everybody knew that they were spitting it back down through the cup.
That's disgusting. And the cups, the straws, like always looked like it had like Pepsi to the brim of the straw, because they're just spitting back in it, so it's coating the straw. And the teacher enough money to care. I don't care. I want to give him his homework assignment, and I want to go back to my real life. Get me away from these. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're making $30,000 a year at a public school, you could crack down on them. You could, but if it's not blatant and they're hiding it well enough, but you still know, you might give them a pass.
Exactly.
You might give them a pass because you just don't want to deal with that paperwork and that crap.
Yeah.
Because do you remember being a kid and you're thinking, man, the teacher, it's almost like it's not even a real person. Like I put teachers on pedestals. But when you meet an actual teacher later on in your adult life, they're normal people, just like you and I.
I know, it's so true.
Yeah,
it's so true. I was like, yeah.
It is weird. You put teachers on a pedestal, but then when you meet them years later, you're like, they're totally just like you and I, and they probably have anxiety and stress about coming in to teach these kids because they're trying to do their job.
Some of them love it. Like that's just part of it. That's something they love to do.
And you know what? Those are the teachers that need to be applauded and to get awards and to get bonuses and stuff. But then there's other teachers, and I'm not naming any teachers. I'm just saying that there's probably other teachers that are like, man, I'd really rather be anywhere else besides this freaking home ec class right now or whatever. Who knows? Ryan, we should get into the last headline of the Good Times Express. What do you think?
Woo woo!
Yep, chugging along. That's a big choo-choo train right there. On the front of the Good Times Express, instead of Thomas, the tank engine is a cartoon version of Ryan's face on the front of the train.
Don't you put that on a thumbnail.
Chugga, choo choo.
If this is on the thumbnail of this,
this
episode,
Ryan is the little engine that could.
Oh no!
The Good Times Express.
Oh,
all right.
No.
Headline number 2 for your morning before you go to work and go to your real life. Just like a teacher who hates their real life, we're sending you off on a good note before you go in and talk to those kids chewing in their Pepsi cups. Here we go. A Massachusetts lobster diver recently survived being swallowed whole by a whale.
Oh, I saw that.
The man apparently was swallowed whole by a whale for 30 seconds. He was completely inside of the whale's stomach. And what he did to get out, he was able to still breathe because he still had his breathing apparatus on because he was diving. He thought he was originally swallowed by a shark, but he realized he was okay when he wasn't being ripped apart by a shark's teeth. So as he's swallowed by this whale, he said he could feel pressure and like, being pulled down into the shark's or the whale's insides. So he's like, okay, I'm not eating. I can still breathe. So he just started beating on the inside of the whale's body until the whale got sick and spit him back out once the whale reached the surface. So this guy was like pounding on the whale's insides, and the whale's like, oh, that wasn't that great of a snack. I think I'm having a little bit of indigestion. I'm a whale. Spits him out, lives to tell the tale. The real life Jonah.
And all those people saying Jonah's a fairy tale, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you say to that, huh?
Yeah, because this happened, bud. This guy didn't get digested in 30 seconds. He said it was completely dark inside, but I mean, if Jonah from the Old Testament was actually in a whale wasn't he in the whale for like a week?
3 days.
3 days or something?
Yes,
Isn't
it?
He would have been digested. He would have been absolutely.
I think it was 3 days. I'd have to look. I'd have to look and get the actual verbiage of it. But but it probably could have been something like this story where he swallowed for 30 seconds and spit back up.
But it felt like 3 days.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Felt like 3 days. Believe me. Have you ever been inside of a whale's stomach? I don't think so. So you have no basis to argue anything. The only person who can actually say anything is this lobster guy. Well, Ryan, the guy survived the whale. Teachers survive their classes daily and win awards and get their $30,000 paychecks. And we have survived another Good Times Express, right?
Woo, woo! Okay, everybody, make sure to hit that subscribe and follow. And you can check out all our stuff on the link that we have on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Also, check out our merch; it's pretty good. All right, I will catch you all later.
Mahalo, dog.